Imágenes por Inclusión, you have the floor. I'm going to talk about something that's not very comfortable but very important. It's a kind of structural violence, which is sexual violence and abuse of power faced by Indigenous women and girls. If you look, CEDAW's general recommendation in paras 1 and 9, discrimination and violence are recurrent in the life of more than 238 million Indigenous girls and women. It occurs at home, in the workplace and in public institutions such as and in the rural and urban areas, even in the UN Forum where they participate. They're not even safe in areas which should be safe spaces. This situation is a direct violation of Article 22 of UNDRIP, which states that states must ensure that Indigenous children and women are fully protected against violence and discrimination. This is invisible violence all too often. It hampers accountability because of the lack of data, fear, and pressure not to make a complaint. Para 10 of General Recommendation 39 is clear. It recommends that there should be data compilation activities carried out, which is so important, and that Indigenous people have control over this. And in line with that, it says that there should be immediate data collection. And again, Indigenous peoples have control over the entire process. In line with the mandate of the Human Rights Council, namely that they should study violations and make recommendations, we make the following proposals. 1. We ask Council to carry out an exhaustive study on sexual harassment, abuse of power facing girls and women from the Indigenous community. This study must document the lack of data, propose a framework to ensure that information is collated, ensuring the participation and leadership of Indigenous women in the process. 2. We'd urge EMRIP to recommend to Council establishing a prevention, complaints and sanction mechanism when there is harassment on the premises, such as within the Permanent Forum for Indigenous Questions and treaty bodies meetings. The mechanism has to be accessible, transparent and ensure protection against reprisals so that the participation of Indigenous women does not compromise their dignity, physical and psychological well-being. And thirdly, we need to urge that Member States recognise and address sexual harassment as a way or a form of structural violence. Thank you. I'd now like to give the Guyane